Coastal Nation, Sunbanan Bafetu, and welcome back to Football Trends with me, QP. Now, guys, there's there's a saying that says you are now, there can't be smoke without fire. But, anyways, I believe there's a new player spotted in town. Obviously, I thought it was two players, but for now, I'm just going to leave it at one because I do not want to grab his stores. There's no proof of what I'm saying, only what I've seen so far. And you know me, guys, if you've been with me for the longest time, you know what I can't let go of something until I figure out what is going on. Because as you can see, it's just a normal day, a training. Everything is fine. They are doing their best work. Everything is it's just proper. You see about with Dylan Solomons, you see about your Bruce Vuma, you see about Wandy the Duba. You can see a lot of the players about Aiden McCarthy. You can see even Nunche Veda. They are more about fit. Almost everyone is there, not everyone entirely, but almost everyone. So far I haven't seen Unkosing Peter Ngobo is the player that I feel like I haven't seen, and also I haven't seen Yusuf Mat Jean Magic Tua. No, Yusuf Mat is leaving, and I do think definitely he is leaving, even though they gave him a contract extension. So same thing that happened with Edson Castillo going out after being given a contract extension. I believe it's the same thing that is happening with Yusuf Mat, because I feel like it's a mutual agreement. Nakona will still have to wait and see what Bonade going to announce. Now also, I did not get to see Obongane Sam, which is another player. Olens David said no, that guy Ukona will be traveling with the rest of the team to Netherlands. But guys, there's something. You look at everything, you can see Abachita, even the youngsters. You have your Mfundo Vilagazi, you have your Kabelo Mwesa, you have Utulan Mabaso, Nalidi Shongwane. The players that we mentioned would know Abachita will be living with the rest of the team going to Netherlands. You have your Aden Jebe there with this beautiful lady, and then we move on. You can see Bupule Modi, you can see Maccabi Dilepo, and some of the players who are far off in the distance, which have been hidden. And there's a lot for you. But there's one player in particular that I'm interested in. Now, obviously, it's two players that we're gonna be talking about. You can see Abu Morris. You can see, your first assistant coach, Khalil Ben. You can see Abachita Bafetu, even Tabiso Monyane. And unfortunately, Omako, I did not see him because Tiwanje, he had an arm injury which could not get him to Elon in the Netherlands. But anyways, it's fine, guys. Everything is proper until we get to this photo. Now, here comes the problem. As I'm speaking with you, Bafetu, I want us to look at something quickly before I jump to the player that I deem Naganjane is the player that I think it is. Before, I just want you guys to quickly look at this. Now, I've heard people saying, no, Omchi Talana, this guy, the guy that is white, there's a white guy there with Elon. Let me just zoom in, guys, so that you guys can see properly. So now Umchita here. I hope you guys can see. I don't know what I can use to highlight for you this photo. There's this guy Umchita is white, and there's like is white. Now recently we've heard with Kaizer Chiefs, they've agreed personal terms with Luke Batman and also Asane Velabai. Now Luke Batman Bafetumangens research yami to find out more information, because at the end of the day we need to have proper information. Mang Cheka. When we go back to research and then we look at everything, Cape Town Spurs is the name. They got relegated 2 times in 2 seasons. They got relegated from the PSL, which that happened I think around last season, and then last season they got relegated again Gomutsipe Foundation, which it is regarded as semi-professional. And now, since they are no longer in a professional status, automatically, according to the rules, I'm a contractual of the players, they become ineffective. That means from 30th of June their contract were no longer liable. Like nothing. It's like they're terminated automatically ngokomthetho. And same thing that was said by Cameron on the other video, or where we talked to Kaizer's podcast would know about Cheetah. Whenever the team is relegated and they want to buy status, they will still have to re-sign the players. So as I'm speaking with you, the Cape Town Spurs players are eligible to go for any club that they want to, except for one young player, which is Luke Batman. We look at Asanele Velabai. Velabai is 22 years of age. We look at Batman, he's just 19 years of age, which is a problem, because at the end of the day, they still need to, even though Mbonile in the contract it does come to an end on 2026, but they do have to make sure they pay out, because those rules only apply to players who are above 21. But if that player is younger than 21, then definitely the team, which Njengati so Kaizer, since they're interested in those players, they will have to make sure they get clearance from Cape Town Spurs themselves. But that, if that's not the case, then it's going to be a problem. We might get dragged to court and everything. But so far, I haven't seen Uluk Batman. I've seen this guy. This guy is white and he's pale. Now, you guys can convince me. You look at Inaso Mikel. Next to Inaso Mikel, there's Ulon. Okay, let me just quickly jump. Kanji. There's Inaso Mikel. Next to Inaso Mikel, there's Gaston Sereno. We have Ethan Chislet. We have George Matlow coming to the side. You can see Abachi Tara, who are here. Abozita Kwinika. You can see Rolf Rosler. You can see Eden McCarthy. You can see Samgelo Zwane going to the right. But you go back, you look at that white guy. As you can see, that white guy, it's highly possible. I'm not saying it is. It's highly possible. I'm not saying it is and it's confirmed, but it's a possibility. There's a high possibility we are Umfana who is being seen there. And Kaizer Chiefs are very smart, they definitely do know how to keep secrets. So they're not revealing in terms of what is happening with the players Laba Vele, Ababa Funayo, who they might have taken them, because at the end of the day, in John Shilo, there can't be smoke without fire. There must be a little bit of a spark. So now it's highly possible Cheetah or Badman. And the reason I'm saying this is some of you guys might have said no, Cheetah is Utabakrele, which for me, I don't think so, because here's Tabakrele. Now Utabakrele Taile with the white tie, and the problem with Ucele being that guy is because this guy is white, and akashawa ilanga bengizothi no shawa ilanga yuka shina yuka is color skin tone yakhe si white, but this guy is white. Maybe impandla angiboni kahle, but at the end of the day, for me, that looks like a dye, and it does look like Upatman. I thought Upatman is a bit shorter, but he's not. To be honest, he's quite tall. So definitely that is something. And then we move on. We go to the second player in place. This guy, guys. But there's no one here on the comment section who can convince me otherwise. No, that guy is not the player who you think it is. Let me just zoom in a little bit more. So that you guys can see this one. Okay, for example, you see Wandile Tuba. Now Wandile Tuba here, you choose the number 47. You see Ulilepo. I don't know who that person is next to Ulilepo. Siam Jumper, because obviously they made sure with Bam Filanaye. We look at this new signing, which is the striker Flavio Silva. After Flavio Silva Bafetu, who can tell me who that player is? Because for me, that definitely looks like Uvelebai Bafetu. I but that's how I see things. That's what I see for me on my side of things. I think that is Asanele Velebai Bafetu. And for me, I'm not too worried. If Kaizer just signed Velebai, it's not a problem, because at the end of the day, according to our rules and the law, just like Cape Town Spurs have been fighting, they're always fighting. They fought Mabato Puma, they fought in India, always fighting, but at the end of the day, they don't win those battles, because in Tabailulayo doesn't make any sense. Even with Velebai, it won't make any sense for them to fight for him. But man, on the other hand, it's understandable. But with this guy, Come on, this guy is a free agent of it. Doesn't matter whether you are pick you up. At the end of the day, that court battle will be won by Kaizer Chiefs. So as you can see, for me, this guy is definitely does look like Chita Ovelebai, and they made sure when they took a photo of those young players, mostly here, Bamkatile, he was left out. You can see we have Utuprida, you can see Abu Bradley Cross, you can see Pulemodi with the look, very serious look, intimidating look, and then you have Ulonada, you can see, and then we jump to this guy, I think it's Tulani Mabaso, and then you have Yokabelo. You can see definitely what you do to know. They are doing whatever it is that they can do to make sure they hide the faces of Abachita. But I don't know, guys, what do you think? For me, no one can convince me otherwise. That guy is not Ovelebai. That guy definitely is Ovelebai. It's just that obviously they're not going to be showing us everything until by announce. But yeah, the case just are very good in making sure they preserve their moments and everything. But I just hope they did not sign Batman. But at the end of the day, I think there's nothing, man, that Spurs can do, because I don't feel like they do have money, the necessary money to make sure they take us to court, because they are not, they don't have money. They don't. If they did, they wouldn't be fighting like this. Status, and then they sign new players. That's it. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. And they've released a statement yesterday to know, Tina, we are still going to pay the players. They still have to honor their contract. The rules are saying those players are no longer eligible to complete that contract, because at the end of the day, the team is no longer a professional team, which means it's done. Bafito. But anyways, I think we're just gonna have to wait and see what is going to happen. But for now, let me just quickly jump to my comment. Season what are you guys saying? Ashley Ola QP, sorry, just joined the live, who is spotted with Chiefs. Bafito, that is for me personally, that is Asanele Velabai. Gabi, that is Velabai. That is definitely Velabai. If it's not Asa's, but for me that is Velabai. And then we see Tuso. Hi QP, I just left the church service to watch your live stream. To tell the truth, those two players are there, not free agent. How does this thing apply? Isn't that if your team relegate to amateur league? Yeah, definitely. I'm sure they got relegated 2 times. But go amateur phela manje. So njengoba shilo Cameroon with no badlala enhlabathini, it is what it is, Bafito. It is what it is. Injalo nje leyo ndaba ayijiki. Ayijiki. So, hey, unzima, but we will see. Tuso again. Tendo, is Majisafi still Kaizer Chiefs conditioning coach? Yeah, definitely. Majisafi, I think, is still Kaizer Chiefs conditioning coach. According to my report. And then the player became free anyway. QB, I can't wait for the league to begin. Keep it up, my man. Going back to the season. Okay, no, siyabonga Tuso. Oscar, that's Naledi Hlongwane, not Velebai. Naledi Hlongwane, is it? Okay, let me just ask you this. If that's Naledi Hlongwane, then who's jersey number 24? Because as you can see from there, go Peterson, not to Peterson, to Cheshwick Morris. You can see there's Morris, there's jersey number 24, maybe totally Hangaza. And then we have, let's just quickly look at the players, all of them. We have, let's say it's total, jersey number 24, for example. Let's say it's total, because I'm not too sure about. And then we have 40 something, which is this guy who, wait guys, let me show you. Yeah, as you can see, we have this guy who is Teshrik Morris. We jump Morris, siyaku Mfundo Vilakazi. We jump on Mfundo, we can see Cross. I believe that is Bradley Cross. And then Siamova, we have Pulemodi. We have Dylan Solomons, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's Solomon's, and then siyamova siyala Tulane Mabaso. Now guys, for me to say what I'm saying is because actually there's another photo that I've seen that was taken there, and yeah, it's very convincing. It's very, very, very convincing, because at the end of the day bayenza ngamabom bakhathi from da kubjita ngamabom. Angazi. Let's move. Okay, Tulane Mabaso, Kabelo Ngwesa, and then you guys are saying this is Naledi Hlongwane. Alright, fine, it's Naledi Hlongwane, fine, and Tingak Pigis, and then we have Flavio Silva, and then who's next to Flavio Silva before Champela Gulilepo? Who's that guy? Who is this guy? This guy here. Before Lilepo you can see is chasing number 99. Now Lilepo la Nestor. But who's this guy? Who's hidden here? Okay, fine. See, we move on. Does Naledi Hlongwane have a short haircut? Maybe. Okay, fine. We move again. We move now Wandile Duba. You can see Wandile Duba. We have Samuel Uzwane, Aiden McCarthy. We have another player here, which is, who's this guy? Frosler, I believe. That is Frosler. Yes, that is Frosler. And then we move, we have Ukwinika, and then we have George Matlow, Ethan Chislet, we have Gaston Sereno, we have Enaso Miguel Nekrik. I think is going to be the captain next season, since Umar Tivele definitely Tiwanji we have Zambela. But Agahambi, Maba, he's a free agent. He's moving as a player who's being sold, according to our reports. They say, he's being sold, He's not just leaving for Gucci and Funugamba. And then, as I'm speaking with you, next to this guy, there's another player. I'm sure you said that one is Ulona. You said it's who's this guy? You said it's Naledi Hlongwane. Then there's another player. Yabona, after Inaso Miguel, that guy, I can tell you with confidence, after Inaso Miguel, that is Thabiso Monyane. Yes, definitely, that is Thabiso Monyane. After Thabiso Monyane, there's another player. Who's that player? And who is the fourth player? Two players actually who are there. Aboban Dabo. Abada. Please let me know. Let me know in the comments. Bafitu Ugotineti Abobani, because it's ngaphikisana the whole day, but yeah, angazi. We'll see as time goes on. So for me, I don't know, guys. No one can convince me otherwise. Kaizer Chiefs is doing what they're doing best, making sure they hide their players. Well, there's two players I did not mention. Is it two? Kaizer Shingo and Uspecific Ndlovu. Now Ndlovu Kutuksana, I don't think is part of the squad that traveled with the team. Maybe Konada, maybe Geko, but there's three players abakhona here who are not accounted for. We'll see as time goes on. Bafethu. Siyabulela, that's Naledi Hlongwane next to Solver. Okay. Nyanizwa bafethu. That is Naledi Hlongwane next to Solver. Bafethu na confidence. You guys win, I lose. It's done. It's done. Tulufelo. I know it's Wandile or QP. Those two players are Ozimena and Hlongwane. So those two players who are next to Ulwana. Because there's two players on the left which are unaccounted for. And then there's two players also on the right who are not accounted for. So Naledi Hlongwane, no Ozimena. Okay, fine. That makes sense. But I think they traveled Kabelo Ngwesa, Tulane Mabaso, and Naledi Hlongwane. Amanqoba probably, but they are supposed to be four vele. So it's highly possible Buye. And then who else? Hey, Buffett, we will see as time goes on. But at the end of the day, Kaizer Chiefs, one thing I do know is that they are not done on the market. They are not definitely done on the market. Also, a man that dyed his hair. Okay. No, but we will see as time goes on. We'll see what is going to happen. Because even last Sambonile, I thought, also a man, but later on no Cele. You know, they are hiding some of the players, but anyways, it's fine. Let's wait and see, because here I can't see Cele. I can't see Cele on this picture. I can't see some of the other players, but I know Bada, it's there. So hey, gents, but yeah, I just wanted us to have this conversation and then and figure it out because I was convinced. I was very, very convinced with laba. Those ones is not make sure. Why are they looking away from the camera? Because everyone is looking down, but they are looking away from the camera. But it is what it is. It is what it is. We will see as time goes on. But